guess as good a way as any to start a week out would be looking in the prayer circle and seeing Mr. Buddy out there in the prayer circle with his growing antlers, which is just getting really big. And then look over and see TC in the prayer circle with the giant set. Then look over at Mr. Force, looking in his spot to see if Jimmy's put him some food down there, and his humongous antlers as well. And I saw somebody else right in there. I don't know who that was. Probably one of their lady friends. Oh no, it's another big buck as well. That big buck back there. 4 big bucks right there. What a deal. What a deal, Lucille. Yeah, look at Mr. Force. Now, it's August, so we should start seeing some scraping sometime pretty soon. Not too far in the distant future. They've definitely got a lot of scraping to do, a lot of rubbing to do, because they have some big antlers to polish up. And that just looks really, really cool. Mr. Forrest in his little green crown. Buddy. And his lanky body. He's like Benelli. He just doesn't gain any weight. Eats all the time, doesn't gain any weight. He's a little bit heavier. And I think that's Fat Boy back there in the back. Yeah. DC, he's got his eyes on Benelli, wondering what's going on. I'm going to take a good look at Prince Charming and Casper as well this week. We haven't looked at them much lately. And we'll go up and look at our 2 bucks in the pen, plus a little small buck that we left in there. He's got his first horns this year, and they're just a couple little spikes instead of nubbins. He's got nice little horns. I don't know what he's going to grow into. Something pretty huge, I suspect. Just about as good a way as any to start the week with 4 big old bucks. And those are 4 big old bucks. Eating the grass, yes he is. Eating grass there by where the water goes over there, some from the sprinkler system, which is kind of messed up right now, but we got over 2 inches of rain the last couple of days. 2/10, and 1.9. That's 2.3, way a country boy ciphers it up. Look at that rack. Isn't that gorgeous? Isn't that gorgeous? My goodness. The feeder just went off, and bucks and turkeys came running from every direction. And that's what it looks like out there right now. Oh my goodness, that doe's. That doe told Mr. Buddy that, hey, I'm boss right here. I'm boss right here, and I'm jumping up here and taking care of this. That's a pretty sight right there. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 turkeys. Early this morning, right at daylight, I saw a hawk or a falcon dive down. I don't know what it was after. I didn't see a turkey. Maybe it was just a mouse, a baby rabbit or something. That is some really, really good-looking deer out there this morning. Beautiful antlers. There's been 5 turkeys running around that little bunch. Well, I guess that's, there's a turkey missing there. That's 3 hens and thundercloud. There's been 4 hens running around there. Thought for a second there that was just the 4 hens, but only 3 hens, so I don't know. Those hawks are killers, no doubt about that. Mr. Forrest goes and checks his little spot out. See if Jimmy or Apache's been out there, giving him his special rations over there on that side. What a deal, though. What a deal. A great way to start out another day. We'll be looking at some of those antlers up a lot closer before this week's out. Get time to go in the pens and take a look. And then also, we want to try to see if Mr. Forrest will still eat from our hands. I've been gone out working on the road quite a bit here lately. There's a mama and a baby across the road over there. Lots of mamas with lots of babies running around. Even with the coyotes and the toll they take on baby deer, we've got a lot. Yes, we do. Look at that beard. What a big beard. That's what I'm talking about. Another way to start another great day. Practicing my poetry. A fantastic look at Mr. Forrest. He hears me talking. He's looking around for me. What a beautiful look at him right there close. This is right out of the kitchen window. I'm above the sink where I do dishes every single day and have been doing them since Chris got sick about 40 months ago. Probably washed more dishes in the last 3 years than I washed in all of my life put together. Although I have washed quite a few dishes over the years, but Chris uses a dishwasher. I very seldom use that dishwasher. Probably should use it more often. I just do the sink. Just Chris and I most of the time. So we don't really use an awful lot of dishes. So it's kind of easy for me to wash them after we get through. But isn't he a beautiful boy? He's just about as big as he's going to get. You see, he's got 4 right up there on the top. So 5, 6, 7, 8. That one side's 8. The other side's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 probably. So he's probably a 13 point. Lucky 13 right there. Well, you remember I saw that Lucky 13 deer a couple of years back maybe. He'd been gone all season. He swam the lake from the other side, from the mountain on the other side of the lake. Come out in the yard, shook. I got really good video of him. He went off and I never saw him again. I don't know if he got killed out in the woods or what happened, but he was over here at the house again. Benelli went out the dog door and Mr. Forrest jumped there a little bit, but look at that deer. Now we're going to try to get a little close-up of him a little bit later as the week goes on. I've got a really busy week, so I'm not going to get to spend much time. But fortunately, the deer come to me. Isn't that great? Sometimes I don't have to go to them. Definitely want to look at the deer in the pens. Prince Charming and Casper, they're doing great and getting large, very large. Hope they don't break their horns off fighting through the fence is what I'm hoping. And also look at the smaller bucks, which are getting large up in the big pen with all the babies up there. So we will do some looking at that. And might get to run around one day on the ranch, but I've got a really busy week here at the ranch. Folks coming, as well as some work to do out on the road this week. So it's a busy week. That's a great look at a great deer. Yes. I don't have any carrots with me, but I did think I'd come out here and get some nice close-ups of these boys. Look at little buddy. He's thinking about carrots as well. Hi, little buddy. You can see it, little buddy broke one of those antlers down. We've seen that happen before. I don't know how he done it. They might get it hung in a fence or something. They're all the time kind of messing around with the deer in the pens. But he's got some pretty nice looking antlers right there. He's pretty good looking. Benelli, sit. No, stay. Stay right here, Benelli. You can see Benelli's right here at my feet. This deer's 3 foot away. Come walking up to me. Really kind of like to play with Benelli. Benelli would like to play with him, but that's a little bit rough when they get to doing it. And take a look at Forrest over there. Forrest has got his own little pile. Apache came back from vacation today. Actually, I came back last night, I think, yesterday. And you see Forrest got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 8 by 5. It's like his dad. He's got one side better than the other. And that pretty much happens with genetics as they pass all of that stuff down. Speaking of his dad, we'll look right out there. We can get a good close look at his dad, which has got about almost maybe some of the best antlers they ever had. You know, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on that one side, and probably 5 or 6 on the other. Fat boy's out there. Benelli, no. Leave him alone. Benelli, come here. Sit. Fat boy's just a beautiful looking deer. And the does are wanting to come in there. The buck's kind of keeping them run off. And a couple of does are right in the middle of them though. It just kind of depends on who's the most aggressive. Some of those does are aggressive, others are not. And then of course some of these does are just wild does, and so when I'm close, they don't want to get up too close. Like that doe out there is a wild doe, doesn't have a tag in its ear. But you can see Mr. Forrest. TC, Forrest's daddy. Really, really a big boy. Lots of points everywhere. So that's a good close-up look at him. Wish I had some carrots. Oh, that doe's running Buddy off. Yeah, running little Buddy off. That doe's a wild doe too. She's right up here on top of me just about. Not paying any attention. That other doe out there is also a wild doe. They would have a tag in their left ear if they were born in the pen, so those are wild does as well. And that might be why they're a little bit more aggressive, because they are definitely holding their own with the crowd. Other doe out there is a wild doe as well, and they're kind of keeping her back. They're not letting her get up there and get with the goodies. Get with the goodies. That's a good close look up here early in the week. To me, this is always a funny deal. There's little Buddy. He just walked by and he walked within a foot of Benelli. Benelli's laying right there. He walked within a foot or two of him, walked right behind him, not afraid of Benelli. Benelli never even flinched. Never even flinched. Just let little Buddy go by. Little Buddy with a little broken time. And that's probably he'll scrape the velvet off of it and it'll look just fine. I tried to get a picture of him there and I just didn't get my phone out quick enough, but he walked right by Benelli. I definitely want to get a really good look, the best I can, of Prince Charming and his antlers when he's not really right up on the camera. You can see him right there. We'll get a nice little close-up. You can see that left side of his, and it's just like he's got a lot more weight on that left side because his horns are a lot heavier on that side than they are on the other. So he's just a huge, big, giant deer. You can see up there that Chris and the two babies have gone up there to visit Chris. That's Sally, and a little Black Beauty up there. But take a look at that big boy there. That's really something. That's really something. Looking at the other white deer, Casper. Casper does not have any brow tines, but he's got a lot of horns up there. That's his second horns is all that is. And he's got some beauties. He's really turning into a big deer and a beautiful deer, no doubt about that. So he's a dandy as well. So these bucks are looking really, really good. That guy there is probably the king of the roost. He's not too good at posing. He's looking around to see if there's anything left on the ground that anybody missed, because he sure loves carrots and apples and grapes. He loves about anything. He's a big eater. Of course, he's a big deer, well over 200 pounds. He found a grape over on the ground. That's what he's doing right now. He's going over and cleaning up anything he can find that's laying there that the other deer haven't eaten. You take a look at those big giant antlers. Try to stay on them as good as I can with him moving his head around. But they are giants. Not real pretty, but they are really, really big. Casper, on the other hand, we'll take a look at him as good as we can. He is a lot more symmetrical. Does not have brow tines, but he's got 5, 6, 7 points on each side. So he is a really big deer too. It's going to get giant if we can keep him alive. That's only his second horn, so he's turning into a really, really big, beautiful albino buck. Chris has got the babies over there by her. Both Wild Child and Black Beauty is over there visiting with her. They're waiting for Apache to come with the milk is what they're waiting on. But the antlers are... It's always a beautiful sight to see a big buck laying down somewhere. We don't get to see that a lot out in a while. Sometimes we do, but fairly rare sight. Of course, we see it here around the house a lot more. And that's a beautiful one right there. Big, beautiful buck. That's Mr. Forrest laying there in the prayer circle. And that's little Buddy laying right out there behind him. He's not nearly as pretty because he's not nearly as big and got those old electric boxes in the way. But we look at Mr. Forrest there, just about as beautiful as it gets. Just about as pretty as it gets right there. It's about a postcard right there. Kind of look over this way. I thought I saw, yeah, kind of behind the tree, but that would be TC, I believe. I believe that's TC's big old antlers right there. He's not laying down. He's kind of licking himself all over, cleaning himself up this morning. That's some big antlers. If you saw that right there, you'd be wondering out in the woods, is that a buck or a doe? Well, that's a buck. And a really big buck. You take a few steps right there. You can see those big old antlers, but it doesn't look like he's going to. But the boys are here this morning. They're in a pretty relaxed mood right now. Take a few steps there, TC. I'll just wiggle my tail. I'll just wiggle my tail, and that's all. I guess he's gonna. I get some flies bothering me. I don't think he's gonna walk those 2 or 3 steps.